know, honestly. I didn't know, honestly. I mean, I'm really sad that I didn't know that you're not in the group. And you missed Monday class. Anyway, it was more of introduction, Sha. Today we are going practical. Sorry about that.
Okay, no, it's not me. I think we are two Ogo. Not me. It's not me.
Oh, oh.
Yes, I joined. I joined the
Okay,
last
the
one.
one is Ogochukwu Hope. Okay, there's another Ogochukwu. I'm even
Yes.
apologizing to. Yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yes.
just added that to the group now. Okay, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
All right, okay, welcome. Mm, come on, why is that? We should bring you on board, bro. Hold on.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Good evening.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Okay. I just wanted to say hello to the group before I go. I have a meeting to join here soon. Um, so just wanted to greet the class. This is our second class, so just want to say thank you for you guys availing your time to join this class. There are lots of great opportunities that are available to all of you guys. Um, one of the main reason why I decided to start up with this program was there was one particular day I paid my editor close to 400,000, and it just occurred to me that this guy has actually become like a little bit bottleneck to what I'm doing, right? So I have to really work around his schedule. I have to do a whole lot of things around him, and then the time of delivery, and all that. I was like, perhaps it's time to really start democratizing this skill set, teach people this skill set, because the more people we have doing video editing, the better for the whole community. And not only that, people have the potential and ability to make a living doing this, if you can be able to take it very serious. So Chizaram has been leading the efforts to make sure that people are not only joining the cause, but people are staying very engaged in these meetings that we do. So I implore you to take every class that you're taking very seriously. I think we hired somebody that is really passionate about what he's doing to lead the effort, to train you guys. So just like everything in life, you are gonna get out of it what you put inside of it, right? And that's the reason why this class is a free class, but our team is implementing a 10,000 naira commitment fee. The purpose of the commitment fee is to really separate the real ones from every other person that likes the hype. I was telling my team the other day that once you advertise something, that a lot of people will like the hype, because of the hype. Hey, we're giving out 5 laptops and we are giving out 100,000 each for the people that will have the best project at the end of this cohort trainings, and everybody like the the laptops and everything that we're going to give out, and they want to join. But once you say commit to something, people start drawing back, So I was explaining to them that we're going to see a lot more of that. That is just typical out of life. People like to talk a lot, but when it comes to putting down action, they are not going to do that. So I just wanted to say thank you all for being part of this. We want to reward people that are regular. We want to reward people that are putting in the work, and that's all that I want to surround myself with. I want to surround myself with people that are emotion, right? So I implore you to take it serious. I just wanted to pop in here and say hello. I'm actually late for my meeting, but yeah, Chizaram, I'll hand it over to you. I think the meeting is already recording. All right, guys, have fun, have a good time. Bye.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Welcome on board. Please, if you can hear me, I want to drop something on the comments. If you can hear me wherever you are, drop something on the comments. I want to see your comment, please. Okay. Good, good. Victor, I can see you. More Paul. Elijah, I can see you. Ogo Honest, welcome. Favor Chukwudi, you're welcome. Please drop something, please. We want to be sure that we are together. Um, All right. So we're actually 19 on the call tonight. I know that we are gonna be more than this in the next few minutes because other people are still coming on board. We are not gonna take time. We thank our boss for the little introduction. Yeah. So we don't have much to explain again. I'll just welcome all of us and then hand over to the teacher to take over for tonight. Um, I will just please with us. If you are here to understand what we are doing, please brace up. This is a serious business. And I also want to encourage us to try to make the financial commitment. You know, you are not paying us. You are not paying us. And the money you are sending is refundable. But let me remind you that if you are sending us the money, depending on your attitude towards the class, the whole 10K will be sent back to you. If you miss classes, you're gonna deduct the money. Any day you miss class, we subtract 1K from the money. We want to make you committed. So if there's anything that will make you to miss class, you know what to do. All right. So that's it. I don't know if KD is here already. KD, I don't know, are you here?
Yes, I am. I am here.
All right. All right. So time check, 8:05. And that's the time I told him he will be taking over. So KD, the floor is yours. Thank you, sir.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I want to believe that everyone can hear me. Please respond with the chat box if you can hear me clearly, please. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I don't know those of us who were in the class yesterday, sorry, the other time, and I'd want to know to do a kind of quick recap. If you were in the class yesterday, just use the hand icon on the app and wave your hand so that one or two persons could just give us a summary of what we learned the last time before we proceed. All right, Chineche and Favor, you can unmute and talk to us, please.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, we can hear you.
So on Monday, we spoke about video editing. Like there was like an introduction about video editing, and you took us through the process. You made us understand that video editing is taking a raw video and then adding storytelling and then cutting and joining and making it to be something that people would want to watch. And you also made us understand that um to be very good at video editing, you have to understand storytelling. You made us understand where these videos can be posted and what they can be used for. I think that's it.
Okay, very, very correct, Chineche. Thank you for that. Ogochukwu, honest, let's hear you, please.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Of course, we can hear you.
Okay, so the first class we had was on understanding video editing, what video editing is all about, the act of we also learned that video editing is used in movies, TikTok, YouTube videos, birthday clip, documentaries, and people use it to tell stories. So the first class was all about introductory class on understanding what video editing is all about. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ogochukwu, honest. At least let's get a guy speak. I think the two persons who spoke were ladies. Can the guy help us, please? Is there a possibility for a guy to help us? Ogochukwu, you can put down your hand, please. Is there any guy that is saving the gender? Please, guys, don't fold my hands, please. Does it mean that it was only ladies that understood everything that we that we learned the last time? Please, brothers, now you push help me. Help me. Help me. Is it that there's no brother here? Or all of them are shy? Okay, I have Elijah, one of the moments. All right, let's hear from you, Elijah.
All right. Good evening, sir. Yes, also regarding last class, that was on Monday. We talked about video editing. Basically, you talk more about storytelling. For you to be good at video editing, you have to know how to tell a story. I mean, for your video to really for you to know how to do a best video. I mean, shoot a video. Even video editors sometimes does not know how to shoot a video, but they actually have to have the idea of storytelling. So basically, you really express more on you talk more on storytelling. Storytelling. As a video editor, you have to be good at storytelling. That's it, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Elijah. You can put down your hand. That was a beautiful answer with you, Ogor and Chinecherem, if I'm correct. Okay, so today I promised us that we'll not talk much and we'll go into the business of the day. So I want us to follow me very, very meticulously. I'll be sharing my screen in two places. So I joined the classes in two places because today we'll be talking more about introduction to video editing, right? And CapCut. That's basically this week one, right? So we'll be talking about CapCut today. Video editing is not theory, it's practical. And that's something I want us to really understand. It is practical. There is no GST, it's show workings, right? If you say you're a video editor, you don't need to explain that you're a video editor. You need to show that you're a video editor, right? If you are a pilot, for instance, you don't need to explain that you're a pilot. Get into the plane and take us off, right? And land us safely. That's basically what stands you out. So as video editors or as video intending editors, if I might put it that way, or as intending video editors, it is necessary that you show, all right? You show. And the beautiful answers we gave as a recap was actually great. It means that we understood everything that we are saying and we've been talking about, right? So I will be sharing my screen now so we can follow through. I want to believe that everybody can hear me as I proceed. Please, if you can hear me, drop your best emoji. Drop your best emoji. I can't see the emojis. Are we here? Please, if you can hear me, drop your best emoji. Sharp. I'll see you. I see all of you. Okay, so time check now. This is 8:13 and I can share my screen. Okay, so everyone can see my screen, right? Let me check this chat out. And minimize this one. Fine. So everyone can see my screen, right? All right. Why can't I hear myself again? What's going on? Sorry, if someone talking, please, Victory, can you mute? Victory, please, can you mute? Okay. So today we'll be talking about video editing, and I would want us to pay wrap attention as I introduce CapCut. So CapCut is basically the tool we'll be using for learning this video editing for beginners class throughout the master's class, right? The reason we're using CapCut is because it is easy to understand, it is fast for production, and it is actually rated as the one of the topmost editing softwares currently in the world, right? In the world. So it is something that we have to also note and pay attention, because the people who produce TikTok are the people also who created TikTok, rather, are the people that created CapCut. And it is very important that we understand these things this way, so that we would know why TikTok is moving. We understand why TikTok is where it is today. We'll also understand why creators are advised to use these platforms. Okay, so I say there, and I said great for quick and easy cuts, right? That's actually the meaning of CapCut, cap and cut. And today we'll be talking about the basic tools of CapCut, and we'll be using the mobile version. Today we'll be talking about the mobile version for those of us who are using their Android phones or iOS, right? So we'll be talking about it. So let's pay attention. Okay, so I will be sharing my screen. Oh, so I have to, how do we do this now? I need to share my screen in two places, and I'm trying to see if we can run it through. Okay. Let me stop here. Let me stop this one so that I can use this other one. Okay, so for those of us who use Android phones, I'm sharing my screen with my other device. So you guys should just pay attention while I share the screen. Okay, can you guys see the other screen I'm sharing? Let me be sure. Please indicate if you can see the screen. Okay. I want to be sure that I'm being seen. Please let me know if you can see my entire screen. I need to be sure that we can see my entire screen for the mobile device I'm using. Can you see my entire screen? Okay, that is off. I need to share my entire screen. Okay, I think you guys can see my entire screen now. Perfect. Okay. Please confirm again. So this is basically the interface you'll be seeing or you'll be using for your. Okay, fine. Yes, okay. I'm seeing a yes. Fine. So this is basically what you're seeing when you open your CapCut in your mobile version. Are we together? So pay attention. Once you download your CapCut, once you go to Play Store and you click on CapCut and you download your CapCut, mine is already downloaded, right? And because it's downloaded, I can quickly click on the open button. So this is basically the first thing you see. All this agree system and that, you just click on it and you proceed. Now it will ask you the following questions. It's just a way to make you sorry, is a way to make them know what you are using the CapCut for, right? What you're creating with it for. So it's very important that as a beginner, except you have bypassed this part, right? Or because it's a beginner's course, we have to go through this process. So when you download it and you get to this place, you just put the things. If you want to use it as a personal user, as a student, as a full-time social media creator, professional video editor or graphic design, small business owner, all this XYZ, Now I'm going to click on the professional video editor or graphic designer. The reason is because at the end of this class, we should be professionals, right? It doesn't mean that those who are using it as personal user or students have an advantage, right? No, it's just that this gives more or less a kind of information to the app so that as they do post notification, they will be curating things that will help you as the creator who has selected this particular part to work with. So it doesn't really matter, right? It's just that at the end of the day, if you are a banker and you have like 2, 3 banks, you'll be receiving, sorry, if you're someone who banks with 3 banks, you'll be receiving notification from 3 banks that you work with, right? If you're a trader, you are receiving notifications from all those platforms you're trading with, but it doesn't necessarily change the fact that you're using a phone to do it. So it's just basically, so we'll click on the professional, right? And you can also select multiple. I think this one can only give you options to select one, I think for now. Yeah, you can just select one here. You click on next, then they'll ask you what you feel like doing XYZ, work on video projects, school projects, create social media trends, work on projects, right? You can do any other thing here. And what kind of videos do you create with CapCut? Entertainment, education, ads, promotion. Let's just click one, tutorial education, entertainment. Let's click on, let's see, daily live videos. So small. Okay, all these ones are for their shenanigans, right? So this one doesn't really matter. You just see TikTok. Let's get back to them. Get started. So what do we need to have to do now? What video on social media inspires you to try on CapCut? Editing, tutorials, AI enhancements. So let's use this one. Get started in here. This is where I'm waiting for. So this is the CapCut interface. Now, CapCut has really advanced in a lot of things currently, and this is because the app is always updating itself, is always showing things to the users, right? And it is important that we understand these things this way. And we'll be explaining some of the things that we are seeing here, right? Some of the tools we are seeing here. Are you with me? But as a beginner, you shouldn't worry about the screen. This your plenty icons here, it shouldn't bother you, right? What you should be bothered about is to actually do the work. Do the work. If you check, there are some of the icons, like this one that has video translator on top. The first row, the third icon, video translator, you see that there is a purple gem, kind of a diamond gem there, or heart. I don't know what that. That's actually showing you that that particular feature is not free, right? Same with the one down, same with the one down, the one that is text to image, same with the one AI poster. Just on that row, the third icon of that row, down to the column, then you can now see on the bottom right corner, you can see teleprompter that also has that icon. So it also shows that, oh, these things are not free. CapCut has two versions, the standard and the pro version. And you can do a lot with the pro version, a lot. In fact, the pro version gives an advantage of using some AI features, right? Which is being bought with these gems. So as you register or as you upgrade to Pro, they give you automatic 1,200 coins. Is basically in gems. So what you use it for is that if there are AI features that you want to also exhibit through CapCut, you now make use of them. Just for instance, in TikTok, where you go live and people gift you, for instance, people gift you and people send you, gifts and all. It is with this kind of platform. So you buy the coin with money on TikTok, right? It translates to coin, and you now use those coins to buy gifts for people, right? So, but on this one now, you just buy the once you pay for this thing, it gives you automatically 1,200. If you exhaust it, then you can now pay extra to get, and the price lists are there, right? That's on Pro version. But if you don't exhaust it, you just renew it as you renew your upgrade. Now, for standard version, these are basically the tools that you'll be seeing. So we'll be clicking on new project, right? We'll be clicking on new project, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this now, but I'll try and see if it's gonna work. Okay, new projects, allow or access. CapCut wants to send you notification. These are just those things I was telling you about. When you choose and create all those things, right? It gives you an advantage of pushing notifications to you, telling you, okay, based on what you selected, you want to use it as a professional, you are this and that, all right, these are the features that are available for you, and try this thing, try this one. So basically, those are things for you. So yeah, turn on notifications, allow. Now, it is very important that you arrange your files, right? It is important as a creator that you arrange your files. Now, I click on album. That should be CapCut here. Okay. So it is very important as a creator that you arrange your files in such a way that if you want to select any particular, stuff, you could just select it. Okay, so now let me be sure of something. Before we further that, let me do this teaching here, then we come back to this page so that we understand this perfectly. Okay, so we'll be talking about these tools, right? And these are the tools that when we talk about them, we come to the screen and demonstrate it, right? So that we would follow through. I wish I had a way to move these things and make them together or show them together. I wish I had a way, honestly. Okay, so but nevertheless, let's just work with the things that we are seeing here. So one of the tools that you see on CapCut is a split tool, split or cut tool. Now, what it does is it allows you to cut video into parts. And I'm going to show you that quickly. But before that, just give me a moment. Okay, so it's not working. I'm trying to make sure that I'm sharing both screens at the same time or try to present the thing that I want to present on the same distance, but it's not working. So I think that we'll make do what we have at the moment, so that we don't have to waste time. Okay, it's not working. What I'm trying to do is not working at the moment. It's not working. So we'll make we do what we have at the moment and then we'll now proceed. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, I will share my screen from this particular phone, from the phone version, so that we just continue from there while I prepare to move everything I am doing here to this other one. Okay, so I hope you can all see my screen at the moment. Let me be sure you can see my screen. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to CapCut. So what I wanted to do was to, while I show us like what this does, or while I explain what this does, I show so that you also see and have a clear understanding of what this does. So, but because of the CapCut, the Zoom is not giving that freedom. I'm going to just explain while I open the CapCut. So now, once you click on new project, all right, immediately click on new project, you don't see what you basically see is your folders and your stuff inside your phone, everything inside your phone, the pictures that you've created, the videos that you have, right? And this is where you now come and select whatever you want to do, right? And you punch. So for instance, I want to select let me see what I want to select here. Let's say I want to select these and okay. Let me add this one first. Okay, now this is one of the files I just added on CapCut, right? Okay, and I'm ready. I want to add another file. I click on the plus button. I go to the file I want to add, possibly this or something nice. Okay. Let me add this. Okay. So now the first thing I want us to learn is how to split or how to cut, right? How to cut in CapCut. So I said earlier that what the split button does, right? It cuts the video into parts. So if your video is too long or you made a mistake halfway, you can split it right at that point and delete or edit just that section. So now I want to cut one of the clips I just imported. What I just did now is called importation of media or clip. So this media can be video, photo, or photo, right? So I want to cut this particular clip that has a food, a fruit and a fruit and a meat on a plate, right? And I want to cut it. So I click on it. This is called what? The highlights, right? I click on it and I move it down to the place that I want to cut, right? So I click and hold to the place I want to cut and I do my cut. Now, notice that there's a split on the bottom corner of the screen that I'm sharing. There are icons there. And before I click on the cut button, let me just explain the icons real quick. Now, if you click on the edit, what this edit does is, if you click on edit, it highlights that particular video on your timeline. Everything you're seeing here is more like your video canvas, right? It's called your video canvas. Now, the place that your video is showing is your feedback, right? Or your video monitor, anything you want to call it, right? So now the place that the video is showing, if I click on it, there is a white border that comes around it just below the feedback screen, right? That's your timeline. And your timeline can be as long as anything, depending on how long your video is, right? Depending on how long your video is. So this can be as long as you want, you get, depending on the video you're editing. Now, if I click on edit, now see what happens. The pointer, there's a white line on the timeline, and that white line is on a particular video clip on the timeline. Now, what it does is that if I click on edit, because the pointer is on this particular timeline, or on this particular video on this timeline, it highlights that particular video, right? If I go back, it takes it off. Now, let me move this pointer to this particular place, and I click on edit. Once I click on edit, it automatically highlights that particular video on that timeline, right? So I want us to understand these things because these are the things that would guide you to knowing how to move around your video canvas, knowing how to click some icons, and knowing the ones that are best for you to use at every given moment, right? So let me go back to it. Now, the icon edits, I've told you what it does. Once you click on it, it highlights the particular video that you want to work on based on the one that the pointer is on, right? You can easily, instead of clicking on it, you can just easily click on the video itself, right? So either you click on that edit or you just click on the timeline. I'm clicking on the timeline now. I'm not clicking on the edits. I'm just clicking on the timeline. That video at the time, that's what I'm clicking on. So it just automatically highlights it. So it means that you want to work on that particular video. Anything you want to do here, you can do, right? Now, let's go back. There is an audio icon just on the bottom again. You see an audio icon. What the audio icon does is it helps you to import every file that you feel like, any audio file, basically, right? You can add background music from CapCut's free library. You can record voiceovers. you can use sound effects, right? That's what this particular audio this thing does. So, for example, you are making a cooking video, you can add calming music or a voiceover explaining what you are doing. You've seen these videos where let's say Hilda Bassi, the chef, she just talks about the video she's making, the food she's making today, and she's just showing food and all, right? So voiceovers can be used for those kind of videos, and this is the icon that you can use to import those kind of audio, any kind of audio at all. You click on it, it gives you its own sub folders or sub features as the case may be. Now, this sound, what this sound does is the sound, once you click on it, it takes you to the CapCut library. So CapCut has its own library where you can choose from any sound you want to choose from, provided that it is on the CapCut library. And mind you, not all sounds are on CapCut library, just for you to know. So if you want to use a particular song and you come here and search for it, let's say I want to use which song now will I want to use now? Let's say I want to use Amazing Grace. I click on the search box and I type Amazing Grace, right? I click on the chat button and I click on Amazing Grace. I click on search. It begins to search to know if there is a sound it has that is Amazing Grace. Now it brings out all the Amazing Graces that it can find in its library, and I start selecting the one I have in mind that I want to use. So if I click on the first one, it's not it. I click on the second one, it's not it. I click on the third one, it's not it. Once I'm done checking and I don't find it, right, I just cancel and check if I can find it in my phone. Now, note that this particular subfolder, remember that, let me go back again so that we'll see how I got here. I clicked on sound, or audio, sorry. I clicked on audio, you click on sound, it brings out the library. Now it is on recommended. Watch, it's on recommended. So everything is recommended for you by CapCut, right? Now you move to the next folder. The next subfolder there shows what your audio. Now this audio are audios in your phone, in your devices, right? It will now tell you, if you click on the devices, to tell you allow to access your phone. It starts bringing out all the audios possibly your phone must have recorded in case you want to use it, right? And you just go and click on it. So that's what that one does basically. And let me go back again. Right, so if you have extracted audio too, you can easily go to that place and also extract it and drop on your timeline, right? Now there is this place, TikTok. So the feature, one of the features CapCut has helped us do is the fact that it has given this feature that you can link your TikTok account to it. So it's easy now for you to just pick a sound from TikTok because your TikTok is linked to it, right? Your TikTok account. I told us earlier that the creators of TikTok are also the creators of CapCut. That's why every time you export a video on CapCut, which I'll show you, it will just translate straight to TikTok. It should just tell you send to TikTok or share to TikTok because it promotes its base. That's for that. And once you log in here, it automatically fits you whatever you want to do. So you can now pick sounds from there. Now, these plays are your favorite sounds that you've already chosen and you want to reuse, right? You want to reuse and you want to make sure that you are in tune or you don't forget them. So there are sounds that possibly as we create videos, we like them, we want to go on and on and on and feature in those things. It just helps us to go back and pick those videos or those audios again rather. And this last one is AI music, right? It has also added a feature. Before, all these features weren't there, especially this AI music. It weren't there, but as they upgrade, right, they add a lot of things that help us creators do videos easily. I remember this is just standard version of CapCut. So you can imagine what the pro version can do if this is just standard, right? So our employers, as we grow in this business, as we learn, let's also make sure that we are adding value, right? Let's also make sure that we're adding value to our learning process. We are going about and we are also pushing our self to learn. So please, if you can still hear me up to this point, please drop your favorite emoji so that I can proceed. Okay, someone wants to ask a question at this point. Okay. Please drop your best emojis if you can still hear me. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Chigozirim, you want to ask a question? Okay, I give you 30 seconds, please. You can ask a question.
Okay, yes. Good evening. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Please, okay, please, can you go back to that audio part where you're talking about the favorite? There's something I saw there. I just want to ask a question. Okay. So to the favorite, yes. I saw Facebook, then Outlook, is it Outlook email logo there? Then a logo of phone, Google, and the TikTok. So I don't know these logos that are there. You get? I don't know if possible maybe getting a video or maybe a sound from Facebook. I don't know what's all those things for. Like especially because you just talk about the favorite. So and you say people that own CapCut are the people that own TikTok. So what of Google logo there for the phone, then kind of email or Outlook
Okay,
logo there, then and Facebook.
okay. Very, very good question. So, um, every platform, every editing platform has what we call synergy with other softwares. The reason your phone, Techno phone, Itel phone, Samsung phone, iPhone can be able to do or can be able to access Google, Yahoo Mail, Outlook, Microsoft is because of synergy. They integrated their system in such a way that they work hand in glove, right? So the same way you can have a Yahoo Mail account in a phone that is Samsung, or you can have a Gmail account in an iPhone and also have an iCloud account in an iPhone. That's just the same way it is here. So what the favorites actually, what these icons is the fact that what the icon shows is that once you log into your CapCut and you want to synergize, you want to sync your accounts, right? All these accounts, if you have them to your CapCut, it is giving you that privilege and that opportunity or that platform or that feature to do that. Remember that when I went to this place, TikTok, if you check, TikTok has its own because this is the Baba. They are the ones that have it, right? And this is the reason they are there. Now, this is basically to just tell you, okay, sign in to view your favorite sounds, right? So they also have a platform whereby once you sign into this thing with your Google, so they've given you options to sign in. Whether you want to sign in with your TikTok account, fine. If you want to sign into your Google account, fine. If you want to sign in with your Outlook, and this other white one here that I'm not sure of what it is currently, this Facebook, right? Once you sign into these things, if you want to sign in, it is optional, it is not necessary. As you go to this place, this particular icon here, if you click on it, right? I click on that icon that is before this download button or download icon. Now see the first music here, After Hours. I want to add it to my favorites. I click on my favorite. It has given me different options for me to sign in, for me to be able to do that. If I don't sign in, right, with either Facebook, TikTok, Google, I will not be able to save anything. So it's more like they are trying to give you a control over what you're doing so that tomorrow, if you want to reuse it, you will not be stranded. You will not need to sign in again. Once you sign in, right? Once you sign in, you'll be able to use it. You'll be able to use it. And when you go back here and you sign in into this place, once you come here and click on favorites, that's the icon before the download button by the right, it will just sign you in, right? It will just add that particular thing after you must have signed in. You get. So that is that. I'm going to also show you people how to do those ones, but I'm just listing the icons, what the things that you'll be seeing on the platform, because not everything you'll be using, right? Or you'll be needing to use. So you just be using the ones that you want to use. So I talked about this one, AI music. I hope I've answered the question, Chigozirim.
Okay. Yes. You have answered my question. You can continue, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Alright.
So to also add before I forget, now I am out of this place. And remember that I told you that these icons here, not all of them are necessarily for you to use. Some of these ones that have all these extra icons are those that you could be charged for. If you check on the top left of the screen, you can see standard. If you're on pro version, it will also show you that you're on pro version, right? Now on the downside, you have templates, you have inbox, you have me. So let's start from me. This me helps you to scale a lot of things. So this me shows you that you have a CapCut account, but it is not linked to any of your personal details yet, right? So it tell you tap to sign in and do other things you want to do. Now, it doesn't mean that if you go to edit and continue your project, now because I just left, it has saved that project already. I can now come and rename. There is this icon here. I can rename, right? This one is for making it a list. This one is for making it an icon, just the arrangement. These three dots here, I can rename it and call it CapCut classes, right? So that I wrote CapCut. Okay, it's CapCut. Sorry for that, guys. Okay. So just before I forget, I needed to also clarify this. Once you are done with this, right, you can export, but I'm going to cancel. Now you can export without signing in, right? I'm just trying to guide us so that you will not say, oh, because you've not signed in, right? You can't do anything. The only thing is that there are some features you cannot use because you have to sign in to use them, to be able to use them. As I said, you can't add your favorites. You can't you can't take sound from TikTok if you've not signed in. So when you go to me and you come to tap to sign in, right? It now gives you the options you can sign in through. As you can see, these are the accounts I want to use. So if I just click on this first one, right, it just automatically generates the details I need, because Google has made it possible that once you have a Gmail account, you can easily sign into some things on these platforms, right? So this is now profiling me. This is like, it is specifically telling me that, oh, I now have a profile with CapCut. Before, I just had a normal account that I could just cut and edit and export, right? But now I can do extra things, right? I can view my profile. I can show it will show me the things, the contents I've liked, the favorite things I've saved, right? It can also, it's also giving me an ID, CapCut ID and all that. I can add it as a bio. So CapCut is more like the things that you can literally see on TikTok that helps you create content. Do you get? So let's not dwell on these things. These things are just things that you can do at your own leisure time and set it up. These are not the basics for the classes today. The class is to show how to do these things and to make it work. Are we together? So let's go back to edit. Now, if I go back to edit and I tap this and I go to audio and I go to sound and I add favorites, right? You see that CapCut will upload your favorite materials to our server link and to our server and link them to your account. Then you can access your favorite materials through your account on all CapCut terminals. Example, CapCut mobile app, the desktop app. So what is trying to say that if you add as I've added my account now, my Gmail account to this CapCut, anywhere I sign in the world, I can be able to access everything I've saved, except my recent files. I'll just have my settings the way I set them, my favorite music that I've already added in the CapCut system, but I can't have my files the way it is in my gallery, right? Because of course, different devices, different um, files, just the way you have Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, you can log into anywhere in the world, right? The only difference is that the phone you used to log in will not have these pictures you snapped in that phone now, except possibly you send them or you sync them, right? But if it's your account, everything you set in your account in this other phone, or your Facebook or your CapCut or your TikTok or your Instagram, will still remain the same, right? So once I click OK, I go to favorites. Now, are you seeing that it has added those things to my favorites, right? So I can now use them at my own will anytime. If I go back here, I scroll, I say, oh, I like this, let's go. I add it to my favorite. I say just happy day. I add it to my favorite. I can actually download it to add it to my music, right? If I go back to my favorite, I can see them here. So that's just for that. Okay, let's go back to this. Um, mm, we need to rush, we need to speed up because we have a lot to cover. A lot to cover, honestly. Okay, so I talked about the audio tool, and that's what the audio tool can do. And if you check, after clicking the audio tool, you have the sound, the AI music, right? I talked about the fact that this AI music was something that was added recently. It wasn't here when CapCut came in. And if you click on AI music, it should just tell you, will automatically generate music based on your video, right? So once you are done there, you just put your video, it automatically generates it, but it is limited because you are not using the pro version, so it's limited. In as much as it's free here, right? There are a number of times you can use it. You get, and you can customize if you want to use food, if you want to use hopeful kind of music, if you want to add dance to it, if you now want to check the duration, if you say, oh, I want a 5 seconds audio, I want a 10, 15 seconds audio, 45 seconds audio, right? You can just click on generate. Most of these things I'll teach them better in intermediate and master's class. So that's why you need to stay put and also stay informed and stay through to that end. I will show us how to use most of these AI tools I said earlier, right? So that we can advance and make our work faster and better and easier. So let's go back and go to brand music. So brand music is more like it says no brand music uploaded yet. Upload brand music in your space. So you have to just add those ones yourself so that you can use them during your edits. Then copyright. So what copyright does is if you have a sound that you want to run a copyright check to see if they'll flag it on the platform you want to post it, you can do that on CapCut. Isn't that amazing? That before you post things on TikTok or Facebook, right, you can just check and see, oh, who does this particular song have a copyright claim? So that if your account is an account that makes money in the future, you don't want to use a copyright sound for some reasons, because every rights and royalties rather, that comes with the music goes to the original owner who claimed the music or who sang the music or who has copyrighted the music, right? You that is using it, if your platform is paid for, you won't get anything. It will not be shared, right? There are some people who are benevolent enough that shares 80-20. So anything it makes, you take 80%, you take 20%, and the owner takes 80%. So they don't even give you that opportunity at all. So try to avoid this. In our intermediate and advanced class, I will also be teaching us how to do sound design to overcome or to scale through this particular process. And please mind you, we'll be using our laptop for those classes. All right, so we have sound effects. The sound effects are basically all those small sounds that you use, right, in editing videos. They are not voice sound. How would I explain? Sound effects are basically very minute, very short. It could be exclamation, it could be just a phrase, it could be just a sound, a tap, a clap, right? If you want to add them to your editing, this is where you can find them, right? So now sometimes before you can't even have this search button on CapCut, but now it's there. So you can search the particular sound effect you feel that you want to use. So let's say tap sound, or okay, see, there's typing. If I click on typing now, I'll now see all those typing on keyboard. I don't know if we can hear. Can we hear what the sound is doing? Please, okay, you can't hear it. So let me unmute. Let me mute here so that you can see. Okay. Can we hear it? Can we hear what the typewriting sound is doing? Okay, hit again. Why can't you still hear it? You should be able to hear what the typewriting sound is doing. Okay. So let me use this particular. So I'll play it from here and you hear it from this other place. So see what it does. If I click on it, see what it does. Did we hear that? Wow. Hold on. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Let me be sure you can hear me, please, before I proceed. I don't know why you can't hear
Yes.
the.
We can hear you.
You cannot hear me. I say can you hear me? Say no. So how did you hear what I said? Oh God. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so mm, I'm trying to make sure that I get this sound out. Okay, let me try something. Mm. Okay, I don't know why the Zoom app is not allowing share screen to give a loud audio, but trying to see an alternative so that we can understand this thing better. Let me see if okay, let's continue. I will fix that, please. Let's not get distracted. I'll fix that. You're supposed to give me that audio, that typing audio, so I mean, I don't know why it's not audible enough, but it should give me that audio. Let me see if I can use another device to show that. Okay, so I hope people will hear this one now so that it will be easy for us to work with. Can you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Oh God.
No, no, no.
Please listen again. I don't know. You should be hearing it. It should be, it's loud now. Wow. That's something serious. Okay. Okay, I think you guys heard it now. So what you're looking out for is a typewriting sound, though. I don't know if people understand. What you're looking out for is a typewriting sound. Right? So that's basically what people are looking out for. What you're looking out for is a typewriting sound. Okay, please confirm if you hear that. I don't know. This is a serious breach for Zoom or serious breach for Zoom. Okay, I don't think I can do anything again.
David, what are you trying to do?
Okay, so I'm trying to. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to play a sound. I don't know why it's not playing out. I'm sharing my screen and I'm trying to show them what the sound when I click on this particular feature does, but it's not audible to them. I don't know the reason. And someone just said I had one sound. I had to play with my other device. I have to play it to the phone, but it's not still clear. So I had to just play music. Let me be sure that it's from either my side or something, but they couldn't see here. But I just saw someone say I do hear a sound. If you can hear a sound, then you can hear the typewriting sound. It's actually a typewriting sound. That's the feature I clicked on so that you guys can hear what it sounds like when you want to use that feature. No, not a notification sound. Is actually a music. So, sir, that was what I was trying to do. I was trying to make the audio from the sharing of screen audible for them, but I don't know why they keep like it's not audible for them. But I will just move on. The only thing is that is already on record, and since the features are there, you could easily type it and get the particular sound. It's a typewriting sound, so it's just more like if you want to add the typewriting sound to the video you're editing, other sound effects are there, so we can make do and play around with those sounds. So that was what I was trying to confirm from my end, sir, to know if it was
So if you
a
play an
sound bridge.
ordinary video, if you play an ordinary video, would they hear you? Would they hear the sound from the ordinary video?
Okay, let me try. I've not done that. Try. Let me see here. Another video. What video will I use now? Is it audible?
No, I cannot hear anything.
Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's supposed to be audible. Supposed to be audible. It's possible. It's supposed to be heard from. I don't know if it's from my sharing of screen or I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I've tried to do sorry?
We'll figure it out. You can continue. Maybe use another phone or something. I would rally back.
Yeah. Okay, let me check one. Just a second. Ah, wow. Oh, okay, let's not get distracted by that sound stuff, please. Let's just continue all this the little technical error. So let's just continue. So as I was saying earlier, I said when you go to the sound effects, right, you can see the trending, new, physical. So it just gives you categories of different sound effects you can use to add music to your video, right? As simple as that. And it's good. It's even giving you categories of mood, right? So you can see funny, sound, angry, tense. So if you're editing a video and maybe there's a running, there's a running clip or running scene inside the video, you can easily just add all these tense sound, all these things, right? Okay, fine. So you will see that those effects adds kind of feel to the video that you're creating, right? You can also check sad, anything at all. Like CapCut has given us a whole lot of features. And please mind you, these ones that are blue, they are limited for use, right? They are limited for use. So the most ones you can use are these ones that are not marked in blue. But if you're on CapCut Pro, you can do a lot with it, a lot of stuff with it. So these are kind of instrumentals. You can play around with these things. They are unlimited, right? Keep editing, keep using them. So let's continue. When you go to text to audio now, text to audio gives you the ability to switch anything you type here into an audio. Even if I get to let me use my laptop for this so that it will be easy for me to switch when I want to. So even if I get So even if I get to write any text here, I wish the audio can come out, but it can't come out. So what it does is once you type a text here, right? You just type anything you type basically, and you click on done, right? It's just, you can click on voiceover and choose the particular voice you want to use. Videos, when we see videos and you hear things like POV, this person did this one POV, all those kind of videos, right? You can customize those voices. This is one of the tools that I use to do those things, right? You can use let me even use a POV self so that it's not to be understandable. Okay, so we have let me use this cute boy. Okay, let me use Jesse. Get his voice.
POV, I am a Nigerian.
I don't know if we had that, but he just said what I typed there out. He just, pronounced it. He just
I heard
said,
it. I heard it.
POV, I am a Nigerian. That was what he said. Okay, you heard that? Oh, perfect. Perfect. So I don't know, why can't you hear the typewriting sound now? Hey Joe. Shut down. So let me put it again. So you can now adjust how long or how fast it does that particular pronunciation. All right. So that is with what speech text to speech does, and you can choose the particular voice you want to use. Let's click on this cute boy. Yeah. Adorable girl, no one talk. Oh. Let's choose Sam. So when you click on it, you just allow it to load.
I am a Nigerian. POV, I am a Nigerian.
Okay, so basically that's what that tool does for that part. That's text to audio, also called text to speech in some editing softwares. Now, these extracts, you can extract audio from the video that you've already saved. So let's say I want to pick this video, add an extract audio. I'll just add it, and it's just extract that particular audio for me. And if I play it, so I don't want to rush this particular part because these are like features that we actually take note of. But let me go back so that we'll understand it better. So what I did there was I went to click on extract, and I want to use this particular video that they had 25 video or photos. I want to use the audio I used in that particular video. I don't want the video to come. I don't want it to come with the video. I just want to use the audio, right? CapCut has created a feature whereby you just click on the video and it automatically extracts just the audio and keeps your video for you. This is different from adding video with this plus button. Once you use this plus button, it adds both the video and the audio. So let me click on this particular one and I add. So if I add that particular video, you see it comes with the visuals and also the audio attached to it, right? It comes with everything, but I don't want it. I just want the audio of this video, right? So I go back, go to my extract sound, click on that same this thing, go to click. I just click it and it just gives me just that sound. It doesn't give me the audio. And that's just it. So we are good for this one. Let's continue. Because we need to speed up. Oh, we're already on sounds. So customized voices. If you have voices that you already recorded, right? You can customize it and add it here. Record. You can record directly. Now, CapCut is very intelligent. Like the features that they put there, they always advance it, right? You can easily add your record. Like as you edit, that's a part. If your voice is good, if you're a good voiceover artist, you can just add your voice inside the CapCut as you're editing. This one is not you want to collect a sound from somewhere. As long as it's your voice, let's say you want to tell a story, especially those who do vlogs, right? You just have to add the voice immediately just from your phone. Just click on that record button like this. It will ask you questions and you allow Wisen app and you tell you tap or press and hold the record. Hello, my name is KD and I am here on this class. Thank you. That's just what I want. That's 6 seconds. It has added it, right? It has added it here. So I can move it around. I can add it to where I want to add it, but I'll teach you guys all these things in a minute. Okay, so we are done with sounds, and the next one we'll be adding or be looking at is how to add text, right? We'll look at how to add text. Now, after the audio, you can see the text button there. Now, adding text to your video is basically your style of editing, right? There are some videos that don't use text. They just add talk and cut the videos and it goes straight, right? Why some people use text to also promote the visibility and understanding that they want to give to their audience, right? So it is left for you to know what you want to edit at the moment and know how and when to use it. So text tool is actually a tool that is very important, especially if you want to subtitle, if you want to give context to a particular video. All those people that do POV, like they use text a lot, right? And as I said, subtitle, and if you want to add captions to your video, text tool is your favorite tool. right? So you can change the fonts, you can change the colors, size, and animation, right? So we'll be doing that, and I will show you how to also do that. So this is the text tool. Now, as I said earlier, a lot has changed on CapCut, a lot. When CapCut came in, almost all these features were on there, right? But now you can see these features. You can see AI, right? What it does that it generates what you want to do, right? So as you are writing or as a creator, and sometimes you hit a mental block, you can easily just ask the AI there and just be like, oh, generate scripts with AI, use your scripts, all these things. We'll just click on try now, right? I will just try topic. We'll just say theme, life story, topic, life story, hospital visits, idea. Let's say patience, generates, allow. So what's the magic? So it's doing right. So it just gives us a script. Here, there, today, I want to share a heartfelt story about your hospital visit that changed everything. Is a reminder of the strengths we find in vulnerability and the connections we build. You can do amazing things with CapCut. They have added features that are crazy and they're so interesting to work with. So you can play around with these things, but not just so you know you have limited use of these things as long as you're using the standard version of CapCut. So you understand that you need to go for the pro when need be. So it's giving me 3 different stories, and for me to just pick one and apply. So once I click on apply on the third one, it's just it's not asking me if I want to do add text only, generate text and speech. Remember I said the on that sound part we did generate text to audio. So now it has given us that feature that as this AI has generated this script for you, you can just intentionally tell it, oh, instead of me to start doing voiceover, start reading it, or yeah, just generate it for me. And once you generate it, click on it, you see add, babe. It's now do all those things, create your own voice instantly, all those things. I mean, a lot, a lot. Text to speech. You choose your voice pattern, either the cute baby on or there are a lot of voices. Oh,
Story of a hospital visit that changed everything. It's a reminder of the strength we find in vulnerability and the connections we make in the most unexpected places. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, consider following for more inspiring content.
POV means point of view. Point of view. So we had what that text to speech just did now, and we just go there. I mean, all this thing takes time, but that's not what we have for today. You can check all those ones later. Okay. So let's add a text so we see how it works. Well, first of all, there's a particular thing that we've not done here. You know, we imported this. Since we imported this particular video, we've not cut it yet. We've not split it. We've not chosen the parts we want to even use yet. So we'll just do that right away. Now, because I talked about storytelling and it's very important, so you have to be intentional. Now, for me, I want this video to start from this food, gets to this place, and before it shows the hand of this guy, it cuts it out. So I click on the video on the timeline and I hit the split button. The split button is on the bottom left corner of the canvas, of the video canvas. So the place you see delete, effects, animation, speed, there's a split button here. Click on split. Now I don't want this part. After that part, I want you to come back to this place, but I want you to now move to this phone. I just hit my split. Now, this is the clip I don't want, this particular one that's showing this guy's face. I hit on it and I delete, right? And that's it. And I just, so what it does is it just transitions from this place, right? And now because I want to also show somebody's face, I'll just show him possibly when he's touching his hair. That's the story I want to create. I'll just cut it from here. This one now, I don't need this one from here to this place. I hit the speed button and I delete this one. So I have my foot showing, the hand and the face. The next thing, the person is or there's a plain scene. So this is a sample. Honestly, there are, I don't know if I have clips here that I can use, but storytelling, you see as short as this thing is now, I can just decide to put a POV while I'm adding text, and I add text here, and I write POV, my day versus yours, right? I've added a text. Now I want to change the font. I talked about the fact that while adding text, you can change the font, the color, the font color, the size, and animate them. So let's do that quickly. So if you go to the text button, you saw where I click the text button. Let me delete it again and start from the beginning. So I'm done with cutting my video. This is the story I want to tell. I want my foot to show. I want this other hand to show. And I want a face to show. Right? So it's more like this is the cut I want. Now I want to now add flesh to it. Basically, I want to add a text to it that gives it a different perspective. I'll now use POV and I'll now do text. After the AI write, I go to add text. It brings up this orange, I'll be maroon. Is it maroon now? This particular template that is beneath here that I just highlighted, right? That's your text box. It's called your text box. So once you come on that text box, you click on the edit and you type in your text, POV. My day versus yours. So anybody see me be like, oh, your day versus mine. You are eating on a platter of gold. I can just drag. So the way I move this text, that I clicked and held it and dragged and moved it upwards. That's the way you move text on the feedback screen, or not on the timeline. Now, this movement here, up and down, sideways, right, doesn't affect the position of the text while on the timeline. So this is the timeline, the one I'm highlighting now is the timeline, right? Why the one that I'm moving is the feedback screen I'm moving. Are we together? So if you mistakenly feel like, oh, you want to move this one and you're moving this one, you won't really understand it. It's like you might get confused. So this one I'm moving on the screen is on the feedback screen. What I'm seeing, what I'm editing, this is the feedback screen, right? While this one I'm highlighting that is down is on the timeline. So if I want this particular text to stop at this first cut, what I do is either I go to that place, I hit my speed button, right? Use two of my hands and pinch. You know when you want to pick sand from the ground with two fingers, right? That's pinching. You place it on your screen. If you expand your two fingers, it would zoom out. If you bring it back, it will zoom in. Sorry, zoom out, sorry. If you push your 2 fingers out, right, it will zoom in. If you push it out backwards, it will zoom out, right? So now I want to see all my timeline. This is it. But now I just want to zoom in and see what is on this particular timeline. I use my hands, 2 of my fingers, I pinch and I move it sideways and it opens up. So I can now move and now know, oh, this cut, I wanted it to be on this place. Look at my pointer. If you can see my pointer, you see that my pointer is on the joints between the first and the second clip. Now, because I want my text to end there, right? That is where I would drag my text to. Now, I don't want this text. I'm not using it. I'll just scroll down, right? And just hit the delete button. Now, this one that is here, I will now hold and drag just the tip, that white space. I'll hold and drag, and I'll just move it to this particular place. See what I'm doing, ba? So I can move it anywhere. So, but because I want to move it on these joints, because I want this POV to end on this particular clip, I move it and I end it there. That's it. Now, it is different also from moving this. Now, I held it and I move it to this particular clip. So I clicked and held it and I moved it to this particular clip. Now, note that the feedback screen, because my pointer is on the video that is on the timeline, my feedback screen would automatically show the text on that particular screen. If I take my pointer down here, you see that the text is not showing here. So that you would not make mistake of, because you feel is this place, or because you feel like this is like this, right? Or you feel like this is here, and this particular text enter this screen, you now feel like you should be seeing it from here. No, up until you click and drag to this place, that's when the text will be showing on that particular timeline, right? But if you now want to move this one, and let's say, oh, I don't want the text to start from the beginning of the video, I want the text to start at the middle, you just move it, right? Then this particular one, you click it and take it back to this place. So it starts from the middle, kind of, not middle, just before. So it starts from the middle and ends here, right? Nothing shows here. So if you want to also duplicate this thing, you just click on it, the POV, click on it, go down, check your bottom icon, the bottom icons. As I'm scrolling to my right, you see a feature called duplicate. You just click on duplicate. It duplicates that particular thing that you're seeing there. You click and hold and just drag to this particular point, to wherever you want it to be, right? And now if you check, it did not reach at the end here. So for me to make it reach at the end, I will have to click it. Now that white part, I will just hold that white part alone so that it can move, right? So remember that this dragging, this one is different from this one. So you don't make the mistake of, you want to do this one, you now go and do this one, you want to do this one. So this one is, you click on it and hold and move around. Just move it around anywhere you want to keep it. While this one, you click, but you click and hold again, just the tip of either the left or the right side. So let's say I want to do this side. I can use this side and do it. I just click on the tip, the white part, and I move it, right? Same with this part. If I want to do it, I'll do this one here. So don't get confused, honestly. Just take your time and play around with it. So now I want to add POV, and I add it. I want the POV to start from the first frame to the last part of the first frame, which is here. And now I want my font to be bolder. I want to use, all these ones are animated text. All these ones are not your concern. Now, know how to add the text before you start using this fancy text. Please, it's very important. All these things, you cannot use all of them. So they'll keep updating new ones, and it's just for you to keep using them. So don't be in a hurry to learn how to use all of them at once. Okay, so yes, if you go to fonts, after templates, you see fonts. You go to brand fonts. You not upload anyone, so there's nothing for you there. You go to trending. Trending is basically to change your fonts. If you want that POV to look like heaven here, you click on heaven. You see the different fonts. If you want it to look like jovial, you see that one. If you want it to look like war god, it changes. If you want it to look like gallery, if you want it to look like wonder, I mean, you can play around with these things, right? So it depends on what you're creating for. But the standard for creating content is, or creating videos is, if you're using education, if you're creating educational videos, you don't use all these sans serif fonts, right? Sans serif fonts are these ones that have this particular curves. You don't have any business using them. The reason is because if you know designing is actually where you understand typography. Typography is the act of using fonts, if I would explain it that way. Is actually the act of using fonts. So you use sans serif fonts. Sorry, my bad. If you're doing educational content, right? What you use is basically sans serif fonts. Let me show you an example of a sans serif fonts so that you see. Let's ask ChatGPT. So, as I said earlier, if you're creating educational content, basically, you are not advised to use serif fonts. Serif fonts are those ones that have curved distance. So these are kind of example of sans serif fonts, right? Arial is a type of sans serif font. So sans serif font is a family of fonts, right? So Arial, Helvetica, all those ones, Roboto, you get. So this is the way it looks like. It's just straight. There's no curve, right? Let me now show you what serif fonts looks like. Okay. So Times New Roman is a serif font. Why this one is actually sans serif fonts, right? Just for you to know how to use them during your editing, so that you're not just go and be doing all of these things and wasting your time. It's very important that you understand the things. So while you're creating content, if you check, this one, the serif fonts give an example of places you can use them, right? Serif fonts, no more than this thing, screens, websites, UI text, right? Best for prints, books, newspaper, that's serif fonts. Do you understand? Now, when it comes to sans serif, compared to sans serif, they also give us the same this thing. But this one now, they are saying you can use it for web apps and digital platforms, right? So it is left for you to understand these fonts. Times New Roman is an example of a serif font. Those ones that used to have curve, so that we're not gonna be doing plenty this thing. All these ones, this calcine, all of them are serif fonts. This system is a sans serif font. It doesn't have curves. All these war god, they have serif fonts. So let's not dwell on that. When you go to the text tool, you can add your text style. You can go to your text style and change the color of your text. If you want it to have border lines, yellow and black, if you want it to have red and white, if you want it to have green and black, if you want it to have background, right, just to make it visible, you can play around with these ones, add them, and just add them. You can change the size, you can increase the size, you can reduce the size here, right? You can also use your hand to do that one. You can also use your hand to pinch the two. I use my two hands now, pinch that particular on the screen of the feedback screen. I just use it to just zoom in and zoom out. I can also rotate it with my two distinct fingers. There's also rotate icon there. This icon now that I see here, that is like black. If you click on it, it's actually to rotate. It's actually for rotating, right? When you click and hold, it's actually for rotating. So you can use one hand instead of using the two hands to do that one. So guys, these things are very easy. Things that you can play around with. Just record a video, put it here, add your text, and you are good to go. Nothing serious. All these ones are things that you can just play around with when you are ready to explore. So there's these ones are just to give you an overview that you can do a lot, right? These ones now are texts that you can add as multicolor texts for those of us who do animation too, or who play around with cartoons, right? They make use of most of these things because they are easy to accept. As kids grow, kids love colors. So if you're building, let's say you're a designer, a web designer too, and they say tell you to build an app for children, there are some particular fonts you use, right? And there are also particular font colors you use to communicate your ideas, because it is children that will be using those platforms very well, and it is very wise that you also make sure you show them the easiest way to read by choosing a particular font that is very easy for them to also read. Now, animations. Now, if I don't want this text to just be like this POV, my day versus yours, I can just add animations to it, and instead of it to just come out like this, let's say I put the typewriting feature. Now the typewriting feature is on the bottom left of my screen. If you can see my screen, you can see that the typewriting feature is on the bottom left. So while I just click on it, what it does is it types it out, right? And I also can reduce the speed at which it types it out. So the speed is this blue arrow that I'm dragging up and down now, or the bottom of the screen. All right, so this is the place I can move it about and about. So I can change it to flying in. All of them just fly in. I can put it to pop up. And pop up, you just pop from bottom. And I can do a lot of things, guys. A lot of things. See different animations, a lot of things. So I would best advise that as we are done with this class, go back to the videos, practice and practice and practice, right? Till you become comfortable with using these things, because you write quizzes, you do projects, and these are the things that I expect you to understand. As simple as this, I might tell you create a video with this particular fonts, with this particular font size and this particular font family, and get me this video. These are kind of the tips I'm giving you expo now on the things that you might see in your quizzes moving forward, so that once you understand the class and understand these things, you are easy to scale through. These are the basics. One of the things that typography, as the professional name implies, will help you is it will help you to understand brands, right? If you're shooting for brands who deal with food, there are typographies you don't use. If you are dealing with brands, a media brand that does more of vox pop, right? There are fonts you use. If you're dealing with media brands that do more of podcasts, for instance, right? When you are subtitling, when there are things that there are particular fonts that you don't dare use. The reason because communication is based on what we see on our screen and what we can read. So it doesn't mean that every font that is fine. Don't fall for that idea of this font fine. Make I test that, make I do them. It doesn't show your professionalism. In fact, the most professional things to do are the most simplest and easy things to do. Straightforward, get your typography done, get the best color variation, and you move. You don't have to make use of all these shenanigans here. All these things are as if you're just playing around like a cartoon. So, but please, it's also important that we go back and test run these things ourselves. So that's for text. We'll be moving into filters and effects. Okay, I'm going to rush up because my time is already elapsing. So there's stickers and filters and effects. So now see the difference. If I click on the video, it gives me the option of effects, right? I can see effects here. If I click on the text, it gives me effects too. But this one is now the text effects. So don't mistaken the two. Don't click on text and wishing to see a video effect. Video effects are different. See the icon here. If you click on it, it gives you different video effects that you can add to your video, right? And it also gives variety or categories, if I must call it. So if you want opening and closing effect, it's there for you, right? If you want nice club effects, if you want lightning effects, glitchings, all those transitions that are like lightning, or there's like TV is shaking. This is it. This is where you get all those things effects. Once you just click on it, it's being placed on your video immediately. All these things I will show you us detailed way of using them in our intermediate and advanced class. You don't want to miss those classes, honestly. You don't want to. So for filters and effects, these are basically these are filters, effects, things that you want to use for your videos, right? They are not hard to use. You just check your preference and add whatever you want to add to it. Okay, so we have overlays, right? Overlays are this is supposed to be an intermediate class, but for the sake of the fact that I'm trying to also make sure we understand these things as easy as possible. Overlays are those videos that you can use as B-rolls, right? You can use as B-rolls, and B-rolls are supplementary or complementary shots. A-rolls are the main shots. So this is an A-roll. This particular VS is an A-roll, right? Why, if I want to add a B-roll, I can come here, click on overlay, click on add overlay, and I will add add this as an overlay, right? Add this as an overlay. Now this overlay, now I can decide to pitch it. You know, all these videos that you see somebody's head in a screen. Okay, let me use a particular video here so that you understand it better. I think I have a video. Yes, this video. This video. Disclaimer. This person is actually a professional auto technician in the southeastern state of Nigeria. So please treat him with respect, just in case. So you see all those videos where somebody is reacting to something. Food critics always do that. People who want to explain particular video will always do it when they are saying something in the background, right? And a video is already playing here. So if I just play this video, especially, and now I want to put it on this video, I can decide to move it, right? And move it down to this particular side now, right? I'll just add it here. So if you decide to create videos like that, or if you decide to work on videos that, oh, somebody wants to explain something, especially if I had a class, if I recorded these sessions and I need to just drop a video you watch, right? I would record myself editing or showing you what I'm doing while I also record the screen. So what I now do is that I will now pick a portion of myself as the B-roll and add it as I added these guys over here now, and I'll put it in the video while I show you what I'm doing on the main screen, right? That's one advantage of using B-rolls and how people also use it, right? You can also use it as your main clip in a sense that instead of me to making this guy small, I can bolden it, right? And because let's say the video of this food now, of this POV food, I like the audio. I want to use the audio, but I don't want to use that clip or the visuals. I can just push this one here and make it my main screen while I now extract this guy, extract the sound. Go to extract sound. Here's extract sound again. Okay, extract audio, sorry. Extract audio, click on it. It automatically, extracts itself. And yeah, you're good to go. So I've successfully used this particular video now as the overlay, right? Overlay button. So do you have any question thus far? Do we understand everything I've been teaching? Is there any place that you feel I was fast or I was too slow? Or is there anything you want someone to contribute or, throw more light on? Please feel free to ask now. Please feel free to ask now. I am here to help. I'm here to guide. I'm also here to direct. So please, I want to get your response. If you want me to proceed, put your best emoji. While if you want me to take questions, ask questions. How did you add the video below? Okay. I'll take that again, of course. Where did you click? Okay, I'll take that again. So, Mogalo Paul, if you are looking at my screen, let me do that again. Let me do that again so that you would. I'm undoing everything I did before. Okay, so I said I want to add an overlay, and if you check my bottom icons, right, the icons on the bottom side, okay, just drop your message on the chat box, right? I'll respond to them as we move on. So Paul, if you look at the screen and you see that there are the icons on the bottom side of the screen, there is edit, there is audio, there is text, there is overlay. Right, overlay, what overlay does, overlay gives you an opportunity to add a B-roll, right? You know that video when someone is talking and another video is showing, right? It's basically a B-roll, right? So I record myself saying, oh, I went to Accra by December last year. I went to Accra, Ghana by December last year. Now, instead of me to put a video of myself saying it, I just put a clip of me going to the actual Accra, maybe flights or airport. That's a B-roll. And B-rolls are used for overlays too, right? Now, I want to add a B-roll in this particular clip. I want the B-roll to be here. I can also add it here and drag to this point, but I won't add it here. So I come here, I can keep the tracker here or pointer here, and I just go to overlay. Once I click on overlay, it will give me a notification or a feature to add overlay. Rather, I will now choose an overlay I have. Before I wanted to use food, this food here. And I say, well, let me not use food. Let me use this guy's face, right? And mind you, you can add sorry, not overlay. You can add your clip. You can crop your clip rather before you add it or trim. It's called trimming. You can trim it. I can trim it and say, okay, I don't want all the length of the video. I don't want it to show any other person's face, just his face. So I can move it. And now for me to move this place, remember the way I said you click on the text box, the white edge of the text box, you click on it and you drag. That's what I did there, right? Now, I also did for this one. Now I just want to move this guy to this side and move it. So any place I want to use, that's better move it to. So because I want to just use his face, I'll just click on this, then click on add. You should just add that clip, 4 seconds clip that I've already cut out for myself. And I add. Now, you see, it is adding at the place my pointer was. That is to show you that this pointer is very, very important as it shows you what anywhere the pointer is at any moment, it is what you are seeing on your screen, no matter wherever your pointer is. So this white line that is vertical here that extends from the middle of the timeline. Sorry, from the top of the timeline to the bottom side is actually your tracker. So it's very important for you to follow. Now, this is my B-roll. This is my overlay. This is the video I use as my overlay. I don't want it to be on this side of the video. I want it to start from the beginning. So I click, hold and drag to the left. And once I keep it here, I will now cut out this part. I don't need this, but I just need to end on the first video. Or alternatively, I want you to just extend to the other clip and cut here. So now, because the size is too much for me, maybe I don't make the guy just fill the screen. I want him to be seeing it from a particular point of the screen. I'll pinch it. That part, I'll just keep my hand on the screen, pinch that particular frame, and keep resizing it to the size I want. And I drag it to the position I want to keep the video. So before I kept it on the bottom left of the video or the video feedback, but now I want to keep it on the top right. You get so that if I click and play, so John Paul, not John Paul. Paul, did you see that? Paul, did you get that? Okay, perfect. So now someone is asking, I don't understand the aspects of adding TikTok account. If you don't want to add TikTok account, there's no problem. You can cut and edit your video, but there are some features that will not be opened up to you. The adding of TikTok accounts is for it to be easy for you to access other features TikTok has, especially if you want to add sound. Instead of going to Facebook or to go to YouTube downloading sounds, you can just go to TikTok and search the sound, right? But for you to do that, you have to add your account on TikTok via CapCut. I don't know if that makes sense. So let me go back. I don't think I have a TikTok account on this page, but let's go back to that particular part we used for TikTok. It was on the audio part. Now I go to sound. I go to TikTok, link to TikTok account. I click on link to TikTok account. Now, because maybe my phone has a TikTok on this particular device, right? My TikTok account, sorry, is registered in this particular device. It can automatically link it, right? But now it's telling me that this TikTok account is linked to another device. So I can't link this particular one here. You understand? But the advantage is that because I have an account with CapCut that is already linked to TikTok, just imagine that I have an account with TikTok that's already linked to my CapCut, and I come to me. Once I come to me and I, sign in anywhere in the world I want to use CapCut, once I just sign it, it automatically generates everything that I have on that account, right? It automatically gives me that advantage. Okay. This is just showing me that the version I'm using is actually a limited version. So they'll be also be showing inboxes, sending inboxes. So this is the particular part where you now say, okay, this is my profile. These are my bio, right? Any single time I go on TikTok, I'll just go and link my TikTok. So if I put my CapCut account that links to my TikTok here, immediately I just go to my TikTok, bam, it automatically changes everything. So let me show you what I mean. Yes, of course, you can make use of Google. Of course, you can make use of Google. I'm just saying that because TikTok are the owners of CapCut, they just want to make things easy for them, right? The same way Metas are the owners of Facebook and Instagram. They always want to make things easy. That's why they will tell you link your Facebook and your Instagram accounts together so that you can cross-post, right? And all of those things. So they always want to make your experience better. It's not like you can't use this one alone or you cannot use this one alone. So basically that's it. I hope you understand that part now, sir. All right, sharp. Does anybody have any questions before we wrap up? Please ask your questions, though, please. Please ask your questions. If you have questions, please ask your questions. Okay. If there is no question, let me wrap up with one more tool that would use. Our time is already spent, and at least for now, we've got some value. So we'll be looking at stickers and emojis and transitions, stickers, emojis, and transitions. So going back to our screen, please, if you are with me, send your best emojis, please. I want to see emojis flooding this place. I have over 20 people on this call. Please send your best emojis. I want to see emojis flooding this place. I hope you're not sleepy. Yes, I can see you guys. Yeah, Chine, Vivian, Paul, I can see Ujuma, I can see Elijah. All right, there's Kosi, there's Dominic. Please, where are the others? Where are the others? All right, goodness, I see you. Miracle, I see you too. Call the others, call the others. Please, 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 please. Eze Emmanuel, I see you. Welcome. Thank God you guys are not sleeping. Chinechere Favor, of course, I see you too. Chigos, yes, I see you. All right, so you didn't see me, oh, sorry, oh. Mercy Chupu Favor, oh, I saw you, my dear. Are you a boy? I be a girl. Anyways, you answer both names. I see you now. Yes, I see you. I see you very much. Sunday Epa, I see you too, my boss. Yes, is Emmanuel. Will I see you 2 times? I've seen you once now, my guy. Will I see you 2 times? Okay. Ogochukwu Innocence. Yeah, you're active. Very, very active. And who is the last person to show us that they are not sleeping? Okay, so let's do transition. Let's do filters. What did I say we're going to do again? Sorry, I got to put honest. Bele. Sometimes we can have some things in mind, and other things in our mind will take our mind. Sorry, I got to put honest. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're talking about stickers, emojis, and transitions. So basically, stickers and emojis, they are there to add fun visuals, right? Fun visuals, elements, you know. So let me repeat myself. I said stickers and emojis, right? They add fun visual elements like animated emojis, GIF. So what GIF stands for, these short form videos, right? It stands for graphics interchange format, right? It's a type of image file that moves or plays like a mini video and is often used on social media for fun to express emotions. So you see those very short videos are like 3 seconds, right? Or 2 seconds. They just convert it to GIF, GIF, right? So you could add those things while editing, just to add reactions or stuff like that. You get it could also come in form of an icon during an exciting moment. So it's basically what stickers and emojis are for. I'll show you guys. I'm just trying to explain. So transitions on the other side is actually I'll explain this transition now. What it does is it helps us smoothly move from one clip to another with swipe, fade, zoom, etc. So we can either use zoom to zoom into the next frame. We can use swipe feature of animation to swipe it to the next frame and fade in. So I'll show us all those. So, but let's start with the stickers and emojis. So we have this plane. I want to add a sticker or emoji. Yep. Yup, 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 yup. Okay. So the feature for stickers and emoji is not coming up here. I don't know why. Let me check if I can see it here. So, all right. So, okay. I highlighted something. That was why it did not show. Oh, sorry about that. So, before you highlight a particular clip, right, you can just see it here, stickers, and you add those stickers that communicates what you want to do and what you want to show. If you check, these ones are like very short video animated interchange graphics that are just there to give us that feel. These are emojis, the laugh emojis. You can add it to your video. So let's say I want to put POV and I want to add an image there that is emoji rather. I just go here and put laugh emoji. Once I click on it, it allows it to load. It automatically comes to the screen. I can now expand, right? You see when people want to do videos and they want to cover somebody's face, right? They want the rest of the videos to show or identify or review the person's identity. Just use it. So I can use it on this brother's face now. And it also has its own duration. So because I did not start it from the brother's face, to not show till like get to the place where it covered the brother's face. So I want to carry it down to this place. So I have to start with the video and also cover the brother's face. See, so hold on. I've successfully covered the brother's face, and I've also made sure that for that particular one, I can actually continue with. So basically, that's it for stickers and emojis. Now for transition, I don't want this particular clip to enter this one just by normal course, but take it from me. Any video that has too much transitions will never be interesting, will never have that feel you want to give to people as natural. So don't fall for the victim, don't fall for the victim of always using transitions because you want to make your video look somehow. Just use the normal simple cut and move. Right now, if I click on this particular icon that is between these two clips, the black and white one, it gives me different transitions, and I'll now add mix. If I add mix, you see the feel it gave me. I can change the duration. I can say, oh, let it be fast. I can say, let it be slow. Right? I can do black fade. Black fade, instead of it to just cut, it does the black fade, and I'll reduce the size, the speed, so that it's very fast too. You see, literally did not notice anything. Okay, works. So you see how the other one close by just 1 inch darkness. I can say, okay, zoom in. Who get zoom in? Who get zoom in here? Okay, let's flip and what? So let's flip and what? Flip and sunrise at the sunset. One of them was not working. Let's choose another one. It's taking time to load. And please, all this is I'm saying, okay. And that was very fast too. Please make sure that everything you're doing, or most times you're using CapCut, is on data. Like it's connected to the internet. It's still loading, oh guys, it's still loading. That particular one is still loading. But anyways, that has to change transition. And once you do the transition, you see that the icon that is normally white like this has turned to this. So it's white like this before. It has turned to this to show you that a transition has been added to it, and it has given that video different feel. Right? Instead of the video just going cut, actually giving it a different feel to just go fade in. So please, very, very important that we take note of that. I still have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slides. But we would call it a day. I'm already behind schedule. And I don't want to overload us with information. I don't want to give out information overload. That's why I'm taking my time to explain these things again and again. Because on the other class, now show, I will just show plenty explanation over there. I will just show you this one, tell you, yeah, try it. You try, give me feedback on the spot. I go again. So basically, that's how it is. Let me share my screen on the other device so that you can see the slides and you understand it also better. Okay. Okay. So let me share my screen now. So this is this is basically everything we've been talking about here to this night. The splits and chord tool. This is the audio tool, the explanation and what you can use it for. Right? This is the text tool to get what you can use it to do and how you can use it. I also added disclaimer now, just so you know, vlogs are just form of vlog and vlog. So you just talk about the day in your life, video yourself, put captions, and use your voice to just talk about it. These filters and effects, right? I also made mention of it here and also showed us how we use them. Then there is stickers and emojis that I just finished talking about. And the last one I talked about this evening was transitions. Transitions, right? So we'll be talking about other ones tomorrow. Say tomorrow, Friday rather. So that we can have time to rest. So please, if there's no other question, I would love Uzo Chukwu. I don't know if Uzo Chukwu is on the line. Please, Uzo, if you're on the line, use the chat box and just notify me they're on the line. Okay, my guy, they're active, sharp. So if there are no other further questions as regards to what we have done, right? I would love to see that it was a pleasure teaching us the one we could learn today. I will always advise learn beyond whatever we are learning here. Learn beyond so that you will be ahead of your people in class. You'll be ahead of people who started with you. on this journey, a lot of things has improved. While CapCut came in 2021, right? Or 2020, thereabouts. There were a lot of gaps, right? There are a lot of gaps that happen in the installation process of this particular app they're using to see, right? Or we're using to edit now. But now you can see that it is doing a lot, right? It is doing a lot. It is giving us advantage of creativity, and this is a beautiful thing about life. The fact that you can create, right? You can create is very, very important that we make use of it. And it's one of the easiest app to understand. The UI design is very easy to understand, right? Kudos to the team that did that, and it is here to stay. The upgrades, the advancement, the AI tools, everything that has been embedded into it is for our own good. So I would say that you learn it, right? You learn it. So it is not for me. Anything you're learning is your skill. It goes to you, is your own advantage, right? And currently, nobody would spoon feed you. Everybody will give you that process and that road to lead and to follow, but nobody will carry food and put in your mouth, because you will have to sorry, because you have to create your niche yourself, and you actually need to grow yourself. So it's something that you have to be deliberate about. Be deliberate about. So at this juncture, I would say that I don't know if everyone can. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. So at this juncture, I would have to say thank you for having us in this class. By Friday, we'll continue. If I'm too fast, please notify me. If I'm too slow, I don't think I am. This is a beginner's course, so I'm taking my time, right? I know that there is room for overshooting, because sometimes we have to carry everybody along. But when it comes to it, and I'm using mobile to teach these things, so there are a lot of things that I have to do again and again and again for us to understand and for us to gain mastery in these things, right? No beginner's course will be this detailed. Trust me. No beginner's course will be this detailed. No beginner's course would, if we are to record this class and keep, most of us will not do it. So at the end of this week, I'll drop reference videos, right? And also the quiz for us to take home. So please and please go back to the videos. Remember what I said, because those are the things I will set questions from. And I wish you good luck in your exam or your this thing. The way the exam will go, as I said earlier, and as Victor has said earlier, you will be given a time frame. So if the exam is if the test is by 2 p.m. to 2:10 p.m., you should be active by that time and do it. That's the only way we can know those who are serious. Or we'll drop it at the end of Friday class, so that everybody can do it. So at the end of Friday class, we can drop it and say, oh, this is for 10 minutes. If you are done with it, fine. If you're not done with it, if you feel, fine. So we'll communicate that to us. I will get back to us on when and where the meeting, the quiz and the test will hold. It will definitely be online, obviously. So please and please, I don't think we have any other thing to say this night because of our time and because of information overload. So please, also, please take over the meeting. And it was a pleasure and a privilege to be here this night with all these wonderful people I'm seeing here. I know that, of course, our best students are here. So please, let's stay put and let's also be very, very consistent. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, the King Man. I mean, it was an amazing moment. Okay, you almost said everything and we are behind time. I mean, so see you guys on Friday. I wouldn't want to keep us again any further than we are already. So on Friday we continue. I believe I've said everything that needed to be said. So on Friday, same time by 8 p.m. Thank you very much. Do have a lovely night rest, everybody. And now you can eject the meeting now.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, thank you.